First of all, I want to start with a disclaimer. My disclaimer reads, please note that while I will be sharing my ideas and techniques that have worked for me, I cannot guarantee that you will secure employment in your desired place of occupation or anywhere else. The information provided is based on my experience, my findings. It includes reviewing, adjusting the application, among other strategies. So everything I'm sharing here, they are just my experience, and it has worked, and I believe it worked for you if you use it the best possible way. So let's move on. Now, for those who have watched the video that I shared, there is a reason to that. So you won't take me back. I will just know I go all the way. I do what I have to do.
Welcome once again to my YouTube channel. It's me, the Chief Midhusband. Yes, if you don't know, I think I need to tell you now. I'm neither a midwife, neither am I a nurse, but I bet you don't know what I know. If you know, you want to know what I know. Why not stick around and stay to the end, because there's a gift for you at the end of this video. Thank you. Welcome back.
Yes, I have a slide, but there's going to be a point where I'll be spontaneous. As it comes, I'll just say it and open those that can grab it and make the best use of it. So now let's start. So what is the ATS? Yes, most people keep having unfortunate emails, and they feel, but I'm doing the right thing, but I'm applying, but why is it not going my way? Yes, and I got this idea from someone, like, she made a call, and she was like, the recruiter told her that, the application did not get to her table, and I asked her why. She said because of ATS. I said, ATS, what's ATS? So she was just like, the application is this way, and she said the thing did not get to her table and all that. So me, being the person that always asks the why, always want to know, okay, why? So I went on my own and I searched. I just typed on Google ATS, what the ATS is, and I got to understand that, okay, this is actually how these things work. And I think I started putting that into practice. For those that ask me questions, I tend to tell them what to do with the application and how to go about it. So now, during my findings, now you say the ATS is a type of software designed to facilitate streamline recruitment and hiring process. It manages variety of tasks such as posting jobs opening, receiving, storing jobs application, and organizing information about job seekers. One of the primary functions of an ATS is to track candidates throughout the hiring process, providing useful features like interview, scheduling, notification, automated emails to candidates and recruiters. So you see, automated, most of these things, the recruiters doesn't have anything to do with it. I'll get to a phase where I will show you how this whole thing goes. I had to take my time to go through it and to bring out valid information that work. See, however, an ATS is not just a simple organizational tool. It can also be used to screen, filter job applications, identify the most qualified candidates for a particular position. This may involve conducting a preliminary analysis of applicants' information or using advanced algorithms to scan for relevant keywords and skills. I don't know why I didn't put that word in bold. So you see, it's keywords and skills. Ultimately, the goal of an ATS is to help the HR department quickly and efficiently review job applications and resume, in saving time, resources, while ensuring that the best candidates are selected for the job. Now, this is the machine that they use to streamline their applications. So the recruiter doesn't have any business being there. All the recruiter needs to do is just put in the information, put in the keywords, what the machine is going to, how the machine is going to select an application and do the selection. So we are up to the next slide. Now, this is how the NHS, this is how they set up their vacancies for those that care to know. Now, the first stage is the employer makes changes to the job listing in the ATS. 2, the job listing is automatically created as drafts in the machine. The employer makes a change to upload any supporting document, e.g. job description in the new NHS job service optional. The employer publishes the job listing in the new NHS job service. The job listing is automatically created, and job seeker can search for the job listing in the current NHS job search. They are redirected to the new NHS job search services. Job seekers can see the full job listing listed, and on applying in the new NHS job services, they are redirected to the ATS. Job seeker completes and submits the application in the ATS. Job listing closing date is reached or closed by the employer in the ATS. The job listing is automatically closed in the new HCS job services. Automatic. That's why once they put a time, the time is most of the application, their time is around 12 midnight. Once it gets to that time, it closes off. The job listing is closed. Now the remaining recruitment process is completed in the ATS. Now this is when the machine itself now starts sieving for applications, starts sieving out, okay, which one goes in and which one goes out. So the unlucky ones goes out, which is like 75%. The lucky ones, like the 25%, and that's when you get invite for an email and to sit for your interview and all that. And those are the lucky ones. But it's not as if your application is not good enough. But this is just the machine just doing its thing, and that's how it goes. So you now have to be deliberate when applying for jobs, not just applying shabbily. Because I've seen some applications that most times I look at it and say, come, this application can scale to. Yes, it's only a miracle that can make it scale to, but still yet, we within ourselves have to put things in the right perspective if we want to get the right response at the end of the day. Now, this is the procedure. They create the job is published, application received, application are reviewed, online test is conducted, interviews are scheduled, selected applicants are hired. It's a cycle, it goes on and on. So that's why you see one NHS can bring up a job now and close it up, come up the next day and close it up, and after a week or two, they come up with new jobs. This is a cycle. That's why the year round, different NHS come with different vacancies, and that's how it goes. Now, moving on to the most important part, which is how to align your application. So let me break it down now. You say the process of applying for a job and crafting a well-designed application is of utmost importance. However, every application being uploaded to an ATS does not guarantee that a recruiter will review it. Some ATS system may pass the document into a digital profile to ensure consistency and ease of searchability. Consistency. Search. And words, if you say search, means it's looking for something. It's looking for words that meets its criteria. However, many ATS algorithms may be outdated or lack intelligence, leading to potential distortion or loss of important information in your application. This could result in the failure to import vital keywords or details, which may adversely affect your chances of being considered for the job. Now, I see some people, there's no consistency in what you're writing. The date of the application is just, okay, you're putting your schooling. You now put your secondary school first before even your diploma. The dates are not corresponding. Now you now do different trainings. You now put the one you have done since 2019 at the top. You put 2023 in between somewhere. You put another one. So it's not even your words. I'm not like some people. You see them now using capital letter, auto using capital letter, or there are some applications you see, they will tell you don't use capital letter. It should look nice and well aligned. So those are what they're talking about here. So don't just put in the application and say, oh, okay, they say I've put my education. For those that apply with their phones, I think I did a video on how you can apply with your phone with ease. So those that apply in the normal form, you're writing out something, but you're not seeing the full screen. And look at it. You see that there's a lot of words that just the name of your school might be Polytechnic of Lagos. Now, if you now put it on your phone, if you download it, you now see Lagos in front. You now the Lagos Polytechnic of Technology. So it's not it's not correlating. So all those things you have to be specific. And now the how do I put it? The track jobs to me is the easiest place to apply, because why? You have a template already. Why not take your time, look out for that template, align everything, do your supporting statement. So the next thing you are doing now is just applying, and just copy your supporting statement and put there, and you're good. So you don't need to waste your time, start going through them again, except in the case of they are different interface. Someone contacted me today and said, oh, I use recent applications and I'm not seeing everything that was written, which means I have to start applying. For those that have noticed, for those who know, there are different portals when it comes to NHS track jobs. There are some that everything aligns together. Your schooling is in a box and all those things. There are other ones you see, you have to start imputing them. So you have to know when to use each and when to use the other one. So to make life easy for yourself, not to start imputing because that thing can be disturbing when you start typing everything you have typed before. I think that alone is a problem. So you have to look out for those stuff. Now, recommendation to avoid the misformatting. Now, searchable words misformatting. How to look out for it. Consistent formatting. Now, if you are doing your job description, okay, you put the name of your school, where you have worked. Let me use that as an instance. Where we have worked. Some people now use capital letter, everything capital letter. No, it shouldn't be. It should be every first word. Let me say the name of the place of your work. Let's say Gwarimpa General Hospital. The G should be a capital. The general should be a capital. Hospital, the H should be a capital. It goes on. Everything you are doing, first word should be capital. And now your duties and responsibilities. Everything should well align. Duties and responsibilities now, I advise people don't use numbers. Don't use numbers, use bullet points, because these are what the machine looks out for. It doesn't understand numbers, but it understands bullet points. So that is how it has been created, and that is how it works. So consistent formatting. Now I want to get that word consistent formatting. So once I'm looking at an application, you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, don't repeat the same keywords. Now we talked about keywords. There are keywords in your application. The job description, if you go through it, you see some keywords there. Now, it's when I was working today, I stumbled upon something that can make me look out for keywords. So now imagine I didn't put this session together, I would not have learned it. As at yesterday, I don't know it. But today, when I started putting these slides together, I stumbled on it and I started laughing like, okay. So now, instead of me now thinking of how to look out for keywords, now I have an application that can help me look out for keywords. Now, once I know the keywords, I know how to add them in my application to make it stand out. But if I don't do the findings, I would not know. I would just still stay in a limbo and feel, okay, yes, this is the best way to go about it. Still yesterday, I was writing supporting statement for somebody. I got tired and I couldn't do anything. And I thought of a different approach of writing the supporting statement, and it worked. So this thing is not about a one-day thing. Same way life is evolving, same way we have to evolve in the way we do our things to make it work for us. As I always say, we don't work hard anymore. Work smartly, tend to do things smartly. Now, don't repeat keywords. Somebody reminds me that I want to show how to search for keywords, please, in case I forget. Someone remind me for that. Stop writing the job description. I see some people, they now pick the job description exactly, put it in their job. Okay, I've done this, I've done that. It doesn't work that way. You have to formulate your own to make it stand out. Keywords, stop writing the job description. Understand that. Now, use specific keywords that are mentioned in the job description. Specific keywords. Now, the word specific keyword is coming back again. Somebody please remind me in case I forget. Now, list your work history in chronological order accordingly, from present to latter. and also tend to always, that's why some people when they now start doing their documentation and NHS will now ask them, I'm seeing a gap within this month and this month. What were you doing at this point? They want to know. So why not just cover up that stuff? Cover up that space. Nobody wants to come and ask your employer and say, okay, was this person working at so time? Except if the space is now so large, then you can now leave it. But if it's something within a year, why not just cover it up with one of the jobs you're doing and say, okay, you started working at this time to the other time. Nobody is coming to confirm all this stuff. So let's tend to make all these things align so you won't have issue at the end of the day. Now, let's move on. Now we have known consistent formatting, don't repeat the same words, stop writing the job description, use specific keywords that are mentioned in the job description, list your work history in order accordingly. Now, that's why I said, let's watch that video. For those who know me, who have been following my channel, you know I'm all about ChatGPT. I make things done the best possible and easy way. And I think it has made the work easier for people. Now you know these words, you know what you want to write. But now English is our problem. It's not our problem. English is not our father language. So let's not make that our problem. But now this is something that makes things easier for us so that we can do anything. We can write any information we want to write, any way we want it to go. All you just have to do is just give it little information and it will give you the answer to what you want to write. Now, this is the interface for those I don't know the interface. People keep asking me, oh, is it a software? Is it an app or so? I say, no, it's not an app. It's a URL that's I also share the link in the group for those who don't know it. So you can also access it. You have to register to use it. And this is free of charge. For those going to download the app, they'll ask you to pay for it. Now, let's move on. Enough of the talk. Let's move to practical session. Now, up on to practical session. This is the screen. Can you see my screen? If you can see my screen, let me know. Thumbs up. Yes. I want to know you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, no problem. So now, this is an application. Come up. Yep. Okay. So let's start from this. These are just generic in an application. These are just generic words. So you don't have a problem with that. These are just rehabilitation. These are just okay, now this was what I was talking about, that the NHS has the ChatGPT has different interface. Now this is a different interface now. I know that's why this person left this application, because now look at how this, okay, let me cancel this. Now you're training, they're just asking you to put it in one box. But now let me open a different one. So you see, let me go. Let's go. Now manage application, view application. Now you can see the way this one is aligned. See the way this is aligned is different from this one. Your trainings is going to be in a complete box. So at this point, you have to note this application. If you have an application like this, you have to note it. So anytime you see such application again, you have to use this. That's if the person has filled up all this, you have to use this as a template next time. So now imagine the person is applying for the same job with the same template. It will still give you empty space. So that's going to be a problem. So you have to know when to adjust these two applications. So now, to be on the safe side, let's go back to this. What I talk about aligning your application. We'll is that? Can I play it? Okay, let's move on. So now look at this registered midwife, name of the school. Look at what I talked about. Keywords. The first words are capital. First words are capital. These are capital, and these are capital. These capital. It looks okay. Some people on this part they used to put pass. You don't put pass. I know in your certificate they put pass, but so now you can see everything aligns here the same way. You can see the year accordingly. 2021, 2022. Now every word capital is aligns with everything. Napier, all those stuff aligns with everything. This has to do with your membership qualification and the likes, past and all those things is set to this. Job, your employers. I will see some people, almost all this place is capital letter. It's not supposed to be. Align it very well. Job description now, which is this. Now this person is working in the same hospital, and they have moved out from different departments to the other. Instead of that, to now put, I've worked in this hospital, this department, I've worked in that hospital, this department. These people want to see mastery of what you have done. So mastery means you are in one place for a longer time, not just moving. And we Africans, we move a lot. So I wouldn't blame. And even within the hospital, they move you within 2 or 3 months, they move you accordingly, and you can't say no. But in doing your application, you have to just show mastery of what you are looking out for, and that makes it come out well. This is supporting statement. Now, when I talk about supporting statement is there's no bad supporting statement. It's just based on the information you are trying to give. So, what's the information you are trying to give? There you give. So, if your information is good enough, yes, to them. If it's not good enough to them, yes, they can just let it go and move on to the next person. But one out of this application is well aligned, and that. So now let's go over to now getting your I'm coming. Let me open job description. Okay, open here. Nice. Now, so I talked about something now. I said I learned something yesterday and it worked, and this is it. I copied everything in the job description. And I come over here and I say ChatGPT. I come over here and I say with the below information, write me an NHS supporting statement as a midwife. Make it compelling and captivating to the recruiter. So these are just English. These are not, you don't need to learn any programming language to do this. So now, which is information, I copy the information and I paste it there, and I have enter. Now, can you see? So I didn't do anything. I just said, write me a supporting statement with this information, all this information here that has been given here. I say, write me an NHS supporting statement. So now you don't need to, how do I put it? You don't need to give yourself a headache anymore. Because now, for those like saying, I want to write different supporting statement for different NHS. Now, this is the easy way out for you to do your thing, but still yet you have to, because now it's taking the information from your job description to create a supporting statement for you. Before, I used to pick it one after the other and do what I need to do. But now, It's just doing the job for me. So let's wait for it to finish. So now, at this point now, you see overall, I'm dedicated, compassionate, and experienced midwife committed to delivering safe, quality midwifery. Midwifery what? Means it is not complete. And I write continue. So let's wait. Now, this is a full supporting statement. So now it's now up to you to now start to copy all these things, put it somewhere. When you put all these things somewhere, now you now read it. Yes, remember that they said it can give you false information. It can give you fake. It can give you something that is not right. So it's now up to you to now go to it and see, okay, is it actually what I want? I'm excited. But now, looking at the difference now, it's writing this as if it's writing a letter. It's writing it as if it's writing a letter. But see it, there's another way to it. Now, let's come here. There's another way to it. What that will require to I can say, which is what I always do before. I'll come here and say, I'll be specific. Now write me a beginning paragraph of my NHS supporting statement with the following information. I paste what I copied from there. With the following information, procedure will be required to deliver, to remove this part, and boom, and say, I am a compassionate midwife with an excellent delivery in service. I can deliver safe. You can see now, I joined it. I can deliver safe, quality midwifery care and antenatal interpretation to women and their families with developing key skills, ability, working without direct supervision but within the multidisciplinary team, complying with trust policy and guidelines, supported with the preceptorship, but within the multidisciplinary team, complying with the trust. So now I remove this part because it has nothing to do with what I'm writing, and I put enter. Now, did you see the difference now? As a compassionate midwife with proven track record of delivering excellent service, I am excited to submit my supporting statement for the role within the NHS. With a passion for providing safe, quality midwifery care, I have gained extensive experience in this. While continuing developing skills and abilities through my career, I've worked effectively with multidisciplinary team and adhered to blah, blah, blah. Now, with this, you copy this one. This is your first paragraph. You copy it and you paste it. You are good to go. Come back to this part now. So the first one, the first idea was just generic. Let's say, for an instance where the application is going to expire within 1 hour or 2 hours, and you don't have time, you want it to meet the person's specification of that job, you can just copy it with the following information, develop a supporting statement for me. You write it, just look at it, you are good to go. But this one is taking them one after the other. Now I said, I pick this again, and I come back here again. Now I paste it there. I say write another paragraph about my communication and teamwork skills, which are as follows. Now, the same information they have given, I just added, okay, this is what I want you to write about, and I'm good to go. As a midwife, I understand the importance of effective communication, team working skills in promoting optimal patient care. I facilitate, maintain effective communication with the multidisciplinary team, recognizing the role that each member plays in the delivery of patient care. I adhere to. Now, all this information that we're written here, I don't need to think where you should put it. I just tell it, this is what I want you to do for me, and it aligned it. It aligned it for me, and that's all. I picked the second one again. Okay, write about my clinical care as a midwife. Copy all this stuff and put it there. It will develop it for you. I said, okay, write about my personal professional conduct, which are as follows below. It will develop it for you. This is it. The next one, resource change management. Write about my resource change and management. Write about my research, education, my general duties, infection control. With this, you have gotten your supporting statement one after the other. So for those that want to do accordingly to an NHS, you are good with this, but also know that it's going to take time. You have to also deal with the hustle and bustle of the day's work, those on night duty, morning, and you get back home, you want to do, you have to concentrate. Because even me, there are times I sit down, I don't feel like to do anything. It looks like gibberish to me, which means you have to find time to do it. That's why I always advise people, just do one supporting statement. Because now, if you look at this person as a midwife, you look at this person's specification, this job description, and every other job description again, if you put them side by side, almost the same thing. It's almost the same. Try having to do different supporting statements for different NHS, where you can just do one, take your time and do one. So when you do one, the only thing you need to do next is when you have one generic supporting statement that covers every of your qualities as a nurse, as a midwife, there is, let me go back, where is it? There is about this job. Now, I call it bragging rights, their trust values, and all that. So I can just pick this now and say, now you have a generic supporting statement. So this is just a paragraph that you have to change from job to job. Now you say, write about why I want to work with, let's say, Kingston NHS as a midwife, which are as follows. You put because it doesn't know why you want to work. So you just have to give it information for it to elaborate it for you, because their trust value of, now you go back here, their trust value of caring, safe, responsible. Wait, let's go back. Of caring, safe, responsible. What else? Value each other and inspiring. Value each other and inspiring. Let's go back. Go off. And inspiring. Who is it? Inspiring resonates with mine, and also write about a scenario where I portray one of the trust value. Okay. And if you have more to write about, if you have more upstairs that you have researched about the NHS, you don't know how to put it. You now put, and also because instead of you to even research, you work smartly. You go over here again. You see first accused in London, outstanding, Kingston, close to London, we employ. The trust understand that benefits to go beyond financial reward and offer a wide range of benefits that next staff provision provides for career development. Now this is it. Because this part, so you don't need to do any long research because you paste it there. Where did it end? And because the trust understand that benefits go beyond just financial reward and offers a wide range of benefits that recognize staff contribution, provide opportunity for career development, and offer initiatives to promote healthy and work-life balance. You remove this part. You don't need to put everything. Now with this, I put enter. Now this is ChatGPT doing its thing now. Oh, I'm excited to apply for a position as a midwife because their trust values align with mine of providing compassionate care, responsible, value each other. I believe that these values are critical in delivering high quality care to women and their families. Furthermore, the trust focus on inspiring staff to reach their full potential and work collaboratively with other healthcare professionals in something that I am passionate about. So look at what I just gave. Now, look at his own analysis. Now it gives the scenario of where I put one of its value. Automatic bet in the past. I ensure that I took the time to listen to her fear, concern, and with information support throughout the pregnancy. During the childbirth, I was able to maintain effective communication with multidisciplinary team and advocate for the woman's wishes. I helped create a safe and caring environment that enabled the woman to have a positive birth experience. Now, this is a scenario that you can't even think of. But now, this is ChatGPT thinking about this scenario for you and making life easy for you. Why I want to work with commitment to staff well-being. I believe that when staff feel supported and valued, they are better able to provide. Who is that person? Please mute. Excellent care to their patients. This trust benefits package that recognize staff contribution, provide opportunity for development and all that. So now, which is what this person did somewhere here, which I'll show you now. Where is it? Let's go back. Okay. Now this is it. It's my utmost desire to work for, because your trust values of we put people first and we must do resonate with mine. I'm drawn to the organization value because they show that the trust care about staff, community. One scenario, you see, another reason. So now this supporting statement now is generic. The only thing the person changes is just this part to make life easy. Just change that part alone and you're good to go. So that is it on how to write a supporting statement to beat the ATS, because now it look out for, how do I put it, for keywords, which is the point I'm going back to. Now, we are just doing what we need to do now. We didn't look out for keywords. Yes, there are some keywords there, but how do we know the keywords? Which I told you, I stumbled upon something today that showed me how your application will stand out from the how do I put it, on the machine, the ATS. So let me look out for it and show you. Wait, come back here. Let me go back. Oh, I saved it somewhere. So I saved it somewhere. Now copy link and I'll share it with you. For those that care to use it, you can use it. And so let me show you how it works before we move to any other question you have then I'll answer accordingly and I'll go back and forth so we all understand what this thing is all about. Now, this is Tag Crowd. I just learned about it today. Now, what does this do? It looks out for keyword in an application for you. Now, I come here, I copy everything again. I copy in this box, I paste everything. If you don't search, you would not know. It is the point of me searching, I knew about this. So visualize. Now, look at all the keywords there. Activities, appropriate, area, care, clinical, change, communication, deliver, description, develop, duties, education, effective, ensure, expected, families, health, older, innovation, jobs, management. For me, I wouldn't have thought of all these words. I would have just imagined a few out of it. But using this, I've been able to get most of the keywords here. So now, within my supporting statements, I can now include them. And I know people will now ask, okay, how do I include these keywords in my supporting statements or my job description? Let me paste it here. Now, activities. So now, let me go back. So let me imagine this is my full supporting statement. I will just pick this and put it here and come back to those keywords I've copied out, which is this, and go back there and say include the following keywords where necessary in my below supporting statements. Following keywords. I put the keywords now. Where necessary, let me correct that word, in my below supporting statements. Now and let me see what is writing. No, it's giving me opposites. So that is another issue with this thing. You doing something in bulk is going to be disturbing because at some point it will cut off. So now, which means where is the keyword? Activities, appropriate, area, care, clinical, communications, description, development, duties, effective, ensure, expected, families, health, older, innovation, job, maintain, management, midwifery, participate. So now, we'll fall back to the part where you have to write it one after the other. What we did initially was we picked them chapter by chapter. I see some people in their supporting statements, they give different heading. It works for some people. So for me, my advice is pick them one after the other. Job description. Okay, write about my where is the first one? No. So write about and teamwork skills. No, let's not do that. Okay, I paste this. Now, clinical communication. patient development duties effective, and I remove this part. So for me, you have to be deliberate about it now. That's why I'm saying it is difficult to start doing different supporting statements for different NHS. It's way difficult. But for those who have the energy to go about it, why not? Be my guest and do what you have to do. But once you can align it, I think you are good to go. So 1 out of 5, 10 at least you get called for one. So that's it. So I think I did something here, not to go too further. Don't do that. So just prepare your question. After now, you can ask questions. Then I can adjust to your questions. Okay, this is the beginning. Right about my commitment and teamwork skills, which are as follows. So I copy this part, I put it here, and yes, you now Ctrl X and come here, which as follows, and include the following keywords. Put those keywords, which are as follows. Okay, let me cut this off. So let it be at the down part. Put and include the following keywords where necessary. Now see effective communication. Include the following keyword activities. Let's look for activities. Promoting effective patient care. See, care is here. Clinical communication. Let's look for clinical activities. Feedback. I recognize wider implication. Unit trust. Pursuing in decision making. Active member of both the world and wider multidisciplinary. Developing confidence. Encouraging development of others. Communicate effectively. So how many words have we seen there now? Have we seen clinicals? Someone may look out for it. Patient unit area change, clinical change. In the role and both words, what am I team, developing confidence, encouraging development of team. I've seen team. Is that team here? No? Activity change. And also manage challenging and include. Didn't give me what I want. All the words are not included. Let's do it again. Stop it. Now it has started misbehaving. So now it's saying your exceptional communication and teamwork skills are highly valuable in clinical settings. Now I stop it. I say write the above as the midwife. Effective communication within the team to ensure that we are working towards the same goal, promoting effective patient care. Communication. There is care, there's communication. Encourage development. There's development somewhere. Where is it? Description, appropriate. So appropriate is there. Appropriate care, all those words are included. Now instead of me looking for where to put them, now I just told the ChatGPT, just include these words where necessary. So now I believe the best way to go about these things now is things one after the other. Don't model it up. If you pick everything at once, except you want to do it the fast way. But if you want to do it the best possible way, have like 2-3 supporting person specification or job description for an NHS, or 3 of them, align them together, pick the keywords and add them. Take your time, add those keywords in one. So you just have only one part, which is why do you want to work for the NHS? Okay, what's so important about the NHS that you want to work for them? Where you can get information and you are good to go, and there's no 2 ways about it. It's 1 out of 10, 15. I'm sure you get something out of it. So I think let me stop here. So if you have any question, ask your question now, then I move on from there. If you have any questions now, you can ask. So I move on from there. Questions. Let's ask the questions, then I can go back and forth and adjust to your question. Maybe any part I did not pick, then I can go ahead to talk about it.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much for this class. You're very, very great.
You're welcome.
For your time.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Okay. I can't hear you. Please speak up.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Okay. I said I noticed that when constructing your supporting statement, you just use the job description. So are you saying that the person specification is not necessary when constructing your supporting statement, that you can just use your job description alone following these processes that you've shown us, and then you have like 100% chance of getting an interview, right?
Okay. You can use your person specification also. You can also use it. You can use the both of them. This is just a run through. Now what you sit back by yourself to do. That is what will even stand you out. You use your job description. You use your job description, and also not to forget that everything you are writing is a 1,500 words.
Okay, so you can actually use your job description
you can use job description
without necessarily touching your without necessarily using your person specification. Just your job description would do it for you.
You can use the two. Okay, I think I have let me see. I have person specification here also. I think I came prepared. Open with this is for person specification. Vision, mission, patient, performance, demonstrate an ability to possess. Now, which you can also use this. Write about my skills and ability. It's now you picking. That's what I'm saying. It's going to be tedious having to write this for every NHS. Even with using the ChatGPT, it's going to be tedious because now you have to sit down, because also knowing that even the ChatGPT can make mistakes.
Yeah.
Now you have to now doing for every NHS. It's going to be stressful. So why not just sit down, pick 2-3 NHS before you and look at them and say, okay, this one is there. Okay, 1 is out. I'll talk about this. 2, I'll talk about this one. 3, you pick them. So any NHS you're applying for, you just have something for each NHS. Now is you just writing about one part of the NHS, which is a paragraph where you have to write about this NHS. Okay, this is why I want to work with them. Okay, this NHS stand out, or you can even leave it blank. You don't even need to write about why you want to work for them. You can talk about your qualities. There are also some things that are not here that is in your qualities. Okay, you have taken part in a training. You have done a program that is special. You have taken part in a research and all those things. You have to think about those ones also. then those ones are not in the person specification, they are not in the job description. But this also stands you out. You put, okay, write a paragraph about my different qualification. I've done this masters in this, and this program is about this, and this. I've also done this program is about this, that. It will elaborate it for you and even give you what you have not written. What it's doing for you is just to help you elaborate it and make it compelling for them to read and aligning it for you. So it's now up to you to pick it up. So this is you being smart in standing out. So don't just follow, okay, they say you should do it this way, but also look at also some other stuff you yourself that stands you out on your own. Add it.
Okay.
So that's the difference. Because now looking at this person specification now, how many pages is it? Just 1, 2, 3, just 3. So nothing really spectacular here. But I'll see some NHS, their person specification is always so elaborate and so bogus. It's now up to you to now know how to streamline it and know what you are doing and so something. Okay. You now know how to streamline it. Yep. Did I answer your question?
Another question. Yes, thank you very much for the answer. I have another question. So, you also mentioned that. Okay, I've also noticed it in my applications too. Like I've noticed that in the institution, like attended, you know that part where you like write down. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you.
In the applications, that part where you write the institutions you attended, I noticed that sometimes, like when you type, it's like it's starting from the right to the left, just the way like Arabic is written. Do you understand? So at the end of the day, when you save it, you now see like the last word coming first, and that's how do you go about it? Because like in some of my applications, I've tried to like
on your phone,
I've deleted it, and then still yet, even when I try to like rewrite it, it's still the same thing. So how can one go about it?
On your phone, right? Using your phone to do applications, right? If I get you correctly.
Yes, it's on my phone.
Okay, what you need to do to that now is you pick your phone on your web browser. There's a part where they talk about change to desktop mode. You change it to desktop mode. Yes.
Okay, on my browser, I should change to desktop mode.
Desktop mode, yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yes, very much. Desktop size, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So you change to desktop mode. That works for you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Very good. So makes life easy because you're using it in the normal mode. You not see it clearly. You start making that mistake. Those mistakes.
Yes.
Have I answered the question?
Yes, thank you very much. I'm grateful. Thank you.
You're welcome. So any other question? Okay, somebody asked a question in the group. Said, does it not apply to cover letter as well? Why using ChatGPT? I discovered that information that it produces is so lengthy. Sometimes I want to know if it's any estimated number of words. It depends on you what you want to write. I can write a short paragraph. I can write a long, elaborate. Those words means a lot. If I say write a short one, so now that is it. So use short. If I use elaborate, it will. It's now up to you to make it short. Don't also looking at you have just 1,500 words to write. If you're writing your cover letter might just be something simple. If you just write what it feels for you, that is okay. But you have to give it specifics. when you're writing a cover letter. But for NHS, I don't think you actually need a cover letter. The only part where you need to write a cover letter is when you're applying to Indeed, where those easy apply, they'll ask for a cover letter and all that. But with this, you can write. So with this, I can say, write me a cover letter with the below information as a midwife. So it's writing a cover letter. So this is just asking your question and to give you an answer, but also knows that I can give you a wrong answer. So you have to still look for it and align. It's not a programming language. You can use your same English. I can say stop now. I can say this is not what I want. See what it's going to say. Oh, I apologize for misunderstanding your request. Can you please clarify what you are looking for? You can, any English words you can think of, we can speak English, you can communicate. So communicate with these things. I can pick a supporting statement now. Someone has written a supporting statement before. I can say, rephrase this supporting statement, but give it the same meaning. That's how good this thing can do for you, what it can do. Rephrase the below supporting statement, but still give it the same meaning. Instead of me having to change the words on myself, this thing will just give automatic, rephrase the words, and I'm good to go. Are we okay? Okay, the person asked another question. Let me pick the other question again. For the course, how many is preferable? Wait, 1 minute. 1 minute. Thank you for, please, can I add my education and qualification to my CV? CV as in how? You have to specify CV. Please, the courses, how many is preferable? Most NHS used to ask for 7 at most, but those 7 need to be, how do I put it? Need to be recent. Not putting a course since 2018, 2017, 2019. Not yes, they are, but to me, it's kind of they're outdated. So just look for something recent. And the good news now is that you can look out for some free course online, which you can do. Let me see. So there are some free course online, especially nurses, midwives, which you can do and beef up your application. You don't have to do them all now. All you can do now is you can just itemize them in your application and start doing them on your own spare time. But the good news is you have to do it. So in case they not ask for it, you can tender it and say, yes, I've done it. So that is the, so this is it. You can click register and register for those courses. And because most nurses I will say, BLS, basic life support, advanced cardiac life support. No, you have to do something. You have 14 years experience. So is it only BLS that you have done? You have to do something specific to show that, yes, as a midwife, most of these courses, you don't need to do them. Basically, what you need to look at as a midwife is there is a page called Moms and Babies. Let me check. I'm looking out for it now. Moms and Babies Academy. Now, this actually shows you are a midwife. So anything you're doing, it shows mastery of what you know. So click register for it. You can itemize the courses, add them in your applications, and do them at your own spare time. And you continue applying. That makes you also stand out. So any other question?
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Please, I would like to know how you're able to come out with the keywords for the ATS. Can you brief
keywords for the ATS? Yes. Keywords for the ATS. I also came across this thing today. I came across this link today, and I'm sharing it again. I shared it before, I'm sharing it again. So, can I see 2 courses you just sent? Yes, most courses you are seeing here are for nurses. The next one, which is the Moms and Babies, for midwives. but at least midwife can also do courses like communication and transcultural factor, clinical governance in adult care, team leader. A midwife can do that also. Coaching and mentoring in healthcare, a midwife can also do those ones. It shows you are ready to teach other people coming right behind you. So that works. So the link I shared with you, okay, I shared the link. I can't find it again. Okay. So this is it now. This is the link here. That same link I shared with you. This is it. So all I just did was come to this job description and I copied it. I go in here and I paste it and I visualize it. So look for these keywords. Also do yourself good by including these keywords somewhere in your application. Including it by yourself, even without using the ChatGPT. After you have done your supporting statement, just pick these words. Look for where they can fit in yourself. Just put them. Use those words. And the most important ones, I think these key ones are the ones that are big. Patient, required, trust, staff, support team, safety, responsibility, work. So let me pick, who is the other one? Oh, I've cancelled it. Job description, person specification, open. Let me copy this also and go back there and visualize. Now, midwifery, midwife, health, excellent experience. This is the person specification. These are keywords. Care is in a formal one. Communication, deliver, innovative, manager, midwife, midwifery, patient, team, work. So that's it. Any other question? That's how I get my keywords. Any other question? Any other question?
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Thank you very much for the session.
You're
Please, I have
welcome.
some few questions. It's
Okay.
about the application, the grade,
Yeah.
and the result. I think during that time, my network went off. I saw that the person had written credits and we're saying something about writing either the pass or the credits. So which one should be there for the grade?
Credit should be there.
Okay. Please, do you have
Credit
to
should be
include
there.
your secondary school?
I didn't get you.
Do you have to include your secondary school in the
Yes, for those
school
for those that only have how do I put it? For those that only have the just one qualification, which is either nursing or midwifery alone, I advise you just beef it up, put your secondary school there. But if you know you have like a BSc and you have a master's, yes, that has covered. But still, you just put your secondary school. And I'll see some people they have done their nursing somewhere else and they do their top up in their home country. If you look at the space in between, it's just 1 year interval. Yes, it's good, but your BSc supersedes your diploma. So why add the two when you can just add BSc nursing? That's okay. Than just adding the two, it makes it look somehow. So just put the BSc and put your secondary school to it, and you are good.
Okay, please. Do you have to also include the registered either midwife or nurse?
I didn't get you.
I'm asking whether you have to put the BSc nursing or BSc midwifery as a separate one from the university you attended or from the school you attended.
No, it's the school you attended. That's what you are putting as your qualification. You know, if it's a diploma, it is called registered nurse. If it's a BSc, it's Bachelor of Science in Nursing. So some people put diploma nursing. Yes, it's good, but I don't advise that. It's better to just put registered nurse. Registered nurse is okay. Registered midwife is okay, which is as diploma. But if you have a bachelor's degree, Bachelor of Science in nursing, Bachelor of Science in midwifery, that speaks volume than just putting midwife and registered midwife, which is termed as diploma. So you just have to be specific with these things. Yeah.
Okay.
I think
And
there's an
please, the
application.
grade 2, do you have to include the band 5? Because initially I thought that since you are still in your home country, you see, we don't use the bands here. So do you have to still write the band 5 that we are looking for outside the country?
I didn't get that question. Come
I
again.
thought that the application that you posted, the person had written band 5. Do you have to write the band 5 in the box provided for the band or something like? Is it a grade or something? I saw something like band 5. Should it be
Band 5
written
where?
in the
No,
application that you posted?
the band 5. I don't understand. I need to understand before I know how to respond to that.
Okay.
I need to get the question.
I'm asking about where they put the is it the grade where the employer activity is?
Oh, no. You don't need to put band 5 now. Just put your job. This is how do I put it? Where is it? Job description. Okay, this person put band 5. It's not a must to put it. It's not a must to put it because in Africa we'll put different levels in our applications. So it doesn't. Our one is level. Instead of band, you put level 5, level 6, level 7, 8. You people know how you do those level things, but in your own home country, any level you are, you can put it there. It mustn't be band 5. It mustn't be band 5.
My last question. Okay, thank you. My last question is how to do the ChatGPT on the phone. How do you put it, or how do you apply it on your phone? But I saw you using your laptop too. When you want to use
No, you can use your phone now to search for. This is the link. You register with this link. I think I shared it with you yesterday or when. You register with it. If you want to access it, still use this link, like your Google Chrome and all your web browser to search. You just have to visit this page again and search for it. If you are looking for the application, most of the application I've seen, you have to pay for it. You have to pay for it, but this one is free, so you don't have to. So using your phone is still almost the same thing. It's still the same thing to use your phone to do what you have to do.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, but it's the only difference. The only difference now is that it will not be tedious using your phone, because before you now answer the question, copy it and go back to your application and post it. But you just have to be deliberate about it that you want to do it with what you have at the end of the day. That's what that matters.
Okay. Thank you.
Are we okay?
Yes.
You're welcome. Yes. Any other question for college tonight? Should I use the month for change the month or to make it? No, I didn't use the month. Yes, you say, let's say, do I do what the course this month? Yes, you can actually put from 2022. Yeah, just put from 2022, just split it accordingly, because most times with that number, they don't even ask for the application, these courses we have done. So, but you just to make you just align them. I think within 5 months, and you can start from December 2023, since they don't even actually ask for the months. You can just start from 2022 to 2023. You are good to go. The most important thing is for you to have the certificate. So even though they now say, why you, they not ask for the certificates. It's just, this is when I collected it and that's the date that is on it. That is the date that is on it. So that's one. But all these things are just formality at the end of the day. Any other question? Any other question? Any other question? Any other question? So for those who have not, my new video on the better jobs, yes, time without numbers. I see people having the tag words. I think I just explained that now. You haven't answered my question yet. What's your question? Please, what's your question? Abibat Layo. I can't find your question here, please. And thank you for your question. Please, can I add my education and qualification to my CV? Education, qualification. Yes, now they are supposed to be in your CV now. But since if you are applying on CHATGPT, you don't need CV. Even the CHATGPT interface on its own is your CV. It's just a better way of telling you this is how we want our CV to be. This is how we want it to be aligned. They give you a simple interface for you to just align everything. So it's just up to you now to align it according to the words, according to how do I put it? Your job, your duties and responsibilities and the likes. So there's a space. Where is it now? Let me show you. Okay, let's go. See, there's a place for education and professional qualification. Registered midwife, WAEC, relevant training courses attended. This is the space for the course. Membership, this is it. Registration, no, you are not working with the NHS yet. Job, your employer you have worked with. Duties and responsibilities. Supporting statements. Reference. So those are the most important ones. That's what is relevant. But I want to do CV. Somebody asked me about CV yesterday. Even me, I have to give myself a rest sometimes. So I can't do everything. I just have to do the one I need to do. So now having to attend to CV again, it's going to be a different ball game for me. So that's it. So yes, also CHATGPT. In my yesterday's video, I still talked about it. CHATGPT is saturated, not as if you won't get from it. So it's also better to look out for other approach, try out other stuff. And better jobs is way better in the sense that you don't have to bother about supporting statements. Now it's just for you answering criteria questions. This is just you answering criteria question, and criteria question is way easier than you having to write supporting statements. You don't know what the employer is looking out for. Yes, they want you to write supporting statements, but there are different things different NHS look out for. But on better jobs, you are good to go. All you just have to do is just answer the criteria questions accordingly. So is the tag word like ChatGPT? The tag word is like ChatGPT, but this is it here. That's it there. I just came across it today and it worked. It worked for me. So you just copy your person specification, put it in there, or your job description, put it in there, and it will sieve out the job description for the keywords. Where is it? So this is, I just copied everything and I put it there, and it sieve out the keywords for me, which you can see here by yourself. So that's how I came across it today myself. So every day I learn myself. So that's it. And I put it to work and it works. So I'm Babi Calendar Manager in the group. Okay, any other question? Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for the lecture.
You're welcome, man. Your question.
I really appreciate She. There's a question I want to ask. In that reference, that part where you have to fill your references,
Yeah.
there is a place where you fill the start date of your. Hello?
I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. There's a place where you have to fill the start date of
Yes.
your reference. Okay. There's a place where you have to fill the start date of your
Yeah.
reference and when the reference ends. So how are you going to fill? You're going to start from when you started working. Are you going to fill from when you started working? And then I don't understand how you fill the last.
Fill when you start working till December 2023.
Okay.
When you started working till December 2023.
Okay.
That's what you feel. Yes, my channel is all about do NHS and talk about there are more stuff coming up. So let me not spill the bean yet. So until when you see them. So just help the ministry and drop a comment there. It goes a long way for me. Thank you. So any other question before I call it a night? Any other question? Any other question?
Sir, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much for your time. All right, I say thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome,
Really
ma.
appreciate
Welcome, ma. Yes.
Sir, please, when you tell us to send an introduction. All right. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. I said when you tell us to send an introductory mail, when you tell us to send an introductory mail, what does it really entail? Like, is it different from cover letter? What and what do we need to put in an introductory mail?
Okay, I'm coming. 1 minute before I go for that. This is also a temporary group. I might close it up tomorrow. For those that want to join my main group, that's the link to join. Before I forget that, I might close this group tomorrow. So it's just for this session. And once we are done, I close it up. So introductory email is just like, it's like a cover letter, but you shouldn't bore them with too much of writing. My name is, I'm an international nurse from Nigeria, from Ghana. I decided to, I'm looking forward to work with your NHS. I have social amount of years of experience. I've started my registration. I've written my IELTS, CBT, and all that. Looking forward to your response. That is as short as that. Don't waste time on writing like a supporting statement. It's too long. Just make it simple and short. And ChatGPT can help you do it. Most of the words I write and most of the stuff I do, I just make life easy for myself. Where is it? If I close it, I say write an introductory email to a recruiter informing them that I am an international midwife and I look forward to an opportunity for a one-on-one interview via Microsoft Teams. With 5 years experience, and I look forward to an opportunity Microsoft. I have started my NMC registration. I have received my decision letter. I have written CBT and passed. I have also written my IELTS with the required band score. Attached below are the required documents for your perusal. Good. Now, even what I did not write, has added it for me. This is short and simple, so anybody can just generate. When I say anybody asking, okay, introductory email, you can generate your own, put your own words, and it will help you develop it. Recruiting, I'm confident. I didn't say they are actively recruiting, but I can tell it's okay. Write another. So this is different from what it has written before. I can continue, I can go on and on, but introductory email should be very short. Let them read it in one glance. So, are you not seeing the sample? I'm showing sample. Are you not seeing my screen? Someone is still asking, let me see the sample. So that's it. So that's what I mean by introductory email to a recruiter. Any other question? I will call it tonight. Okay, she says it's tiny. Oh, you people did not say now. I thought everything was. Oh. I've given you an example. I've given you an example, and this is it. This is one. No, this is the first one, and this is the second one. So after all said and done, consistency is key. Yes, most people fall by the wayside. Oh, I've been applying, I've gotten 220, 250 unfortunate emails. Some will even have only 10 unfortunate emails and they are tired already. These things have to do with consistency. Because, truth be told, I'll give you an instance, and this is real. Somebody submitted an application and they sent her an email. Okay, please send us your CBT and IELTS. Let's see if you have passed it. She did, and I gave her an unfortunate email. After she sent it, she started crying. She was like, "But why would they send? But I have everything now." I say, "No." I told her, I said, "Calm down. These people have the certain number they are looking out for. When they are done with those ones, they'll come back to you." She thought I was joking, and truth be told, like in 2 weeks' time, they sent her the same email again. Okay, send us your documents. She was now smiling. I said, "So now you see what I'm talking about. These people have what they are looking out for. They are what they are looking out for. That they didn't call you. Now they called you again. Submit your documents." She submitted and she did the interview. So sometimes these people they are the one in charge of the knife and the yam. So anyhow they want, they cut it anyhow they want it. But what you would not do is not to give up. Yes, there will be downtime where you feel tired. Oh, I'm tired, Joe. These people, they are not even ready. Oh, I'm in the red list. That's why. No, there's nothing like red list. Red lists have been there long ago. So you are the one that have to go back, look at your application, align them, put all those things in place. This same video, I'm going to try and cut it short and say I can also share it. So for those who couldn't tag along, I also share for them to also go back to listen to it over and over again. But for me, it's all about consistency. Because if you apply for one and say, oh, You are now applying again. You sit down. Nothing is going to happen. And nobody, you won't blame anybody. So you want to tell a story of, if I had gotten that job now, I would have been in band 8C or band 8A or band 8B. But you don't want to tell such stories. You want to tell a story, yes, against all odds, I got it done. I got the job. That's it. It's all about turn by turn. There used to be a time where some people are, job. They have gotten the job, they have gone. New sets now. There's a time this set of everybody now are moving up again. New sets are coming up. So don't be left behind. Consistency, do what you have to do. And there's a magic thing that always happens. The first time you get your invites for an interview, all of a sudden you see that you have 2, 3, 4 other ones to go with it. Then you now be okay, is this me? But if you didn't put in the work, you won't get the result at the end of the day. Consistency. Doing it the possible way. You get tired, relax, come back to it again and look at it very well. But for me, if you align your application this way I'm talking about, I'm being certain something will come out of it. Any other question?
Please, which documents do you need to attach to the introduction mail?
Your CBT, your IELTS, your decision letter, that's all. CBT, IELTS, decision letter. If you even have your NMC portal interface, to show the stage you are on in your application, is also go a long way.
Okay. Please, what about your CV?
Yes, you can also, your CV also, yeah.
Okay.
Your CV.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Winnie Wise, I completed my training college in August 2017 and started my national service in April 2018. There's a gap in the agreement. August and started my national training August 2017 and started my national service. Just close that gap. There's nothing there. Just close that gap there. Close that gap. Nobody will ask you. Whereas because actually, there are people who finished school today, the next day they started their service. Or you can also leave it that way. Question, okay, you say because this is when you went for your service. Because yes, you have to do your service for 1 year, and your service is also part of the experience also. So you can just leave it. What's the gap there? Because I went to my service, and to my service I did this and this, and it's still okay. But if you have space that you have started working already, and there's not a gap, you can just close it up. No need to give them any opportunity to start asking you, because these people, they'll ask you questions that you think you don't need to even answer. And also they will now ask you your house address. So for those who have that their house address is not current, their bank statement, make sure your house address is up to date. Just make sure your bank account, change your address, make sure it's your house address, your utility bills, the lights and everything, make sure it's aligned, because they will ask you to provide proof of address. So the only way you can provide proof of address is when you have this in your bank account, you have it in your identity card, in your name, in your utility bill, all those things. So even if it's a family house that you are using, make sure all these things correlates. If not, you meet a bottleneck at that point. So this, I should give you heads up, not to get to that point. Nobody told me. And for those who have gotten an offer from an NHS, I would advise you keep applying until you get your COS. Because the funny story now is that I have 2 stories like that. One, they have given her offer, everything was done. She started doing her applications and they told her, you did not do well in the interview. But if the person did not do well, why did they give her an offer? They sent her a congratulatory email. They said she did not do well. So how did the congratulatory email come to be? There's another one. She has gotten an offer. She has gotten COS. She has gotten she has gotten visa. She has gotten the job. No, she has gotten visa. They have paid for her flights. So what else again? They have paid for her flight. What else? Only for her to hear that, the NHS is not recruiting internationals again. That she look out for other hospital that is under them that she wants to work with. Now, so what else do you expect again? When you have gotten your visa and you have gotten everything, it's just for you to go, but there's a bottleneck somewhere. So that is that. Not now talk of you that you only had an offer and you're happy. You go and sit down. Get busy and do what you have to do. Can we call it a night?
Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate.
Yes. And I wish everybody all the best as you go on in your application. Are we okay?
Thank you, sir.